G'day, how you going? I'm David A. Elliott. I spoke about Senator Fraser Anning's maiden speech to the Australian Parliament in August. During the media frenzy after it, I heard one journalist ask him about his desire to reintroduce the White Australia policy. He said he never mentioned white, but that he supported pro-European migration. Yeah, I thought that was the White Australia policy. His speech repeatedly makes references to returning to policies, particularly on immigration, that existed prior to 1973. For example, he quotes Prime Minister Sir Robert Menzies as stating, "I don't want to see reproduced in Australia the kind of problem they have in South Africa or in America or increasingly in Great Britain. I think a European-based immigration program has been a very good policy and it's been of great value to us." Interestingly, I found this quote is actually from a 1955 radio interview where Robert Menzies was discussing the, wait for it, the White Australia policy.
Do you believe that the so-called White Australia policy will always be a stumbling block?
I don't think it's such a stumbling block as people pretend. But that it's important for us, I haven't the slightest doubt.
That we should maintain it the way it is?
So long as we possibly can, we ought to aim at having a homogeneous population. I don't want to see reproduced in Australia the kind of problem they have in South Africa, or in America, or increasingly in Great Britain. I think it's been a very good policy, and it's been of great value to us.
After Senator Anning giving this quote, he goes on to say, "This continued until 1973, when Whitlam and his hard left cronies adopted Soviet-inspired UN treaties on discrimination and banned preferential selection on migrants based on their ethnicity." Oh, the horror. It seems Senator Anning is correct in stating he did not say white, but none of the legislation that supported the White Australia policy specifically mentions any race. It just provided the means to discriminate on racial grounds. And at least one of the quotes Senator Anning uses in support of pro-European migration was originally made in support of the White Australia policy. So clearly his speech is advocating a return to the White Australia policy, but he has simply been very careful not to mention it by name. Have a good one and see you around like a ristle.